What is going on? And Stand Up Man here with you, and I just wanted to show you a couple of surgery disasters because plastic surgery is something that we are going to be talking about tonight. Look at this. How hard must that one have smashed the wall? What's going on, Jorge? Just want to show you guys some plastic surgery disasters here. Befores and afters. Look, pretty before, terrible after. Hey, God botherer. Pretty before, terrible after. I mean, I'm seeing a trend here. Pretty before, terrible after. Seeing a trend. Whoa, what the hell is this shit? Thank goodness. These two gentlemen look far more handsome.
Thank you very much for joining us, my dear friends. This is Stand Up Man. I miss every one of you. And as you are aware, I've been in YouTube jail for 2.5 months. The 3 months expires on the 31st of March. And boy, oh boy, my dear friends, do I have some amazing stuff for you if I do come out of jail. Anyway, so there you had a bit of a reveal. Take the show, man. Let me fix this.
There we go.
We've already had our excitement for the first minute. That was funny, man. That was really funny.
What's going on, Brizzy boy? Deuterium X.
Just continue like nothing happened.
So guys, look. You know, as Stand Up Man says, he's out of YouTube jail soon. That is our understanding. Hopefully by the 1st of April or the 2nd of April, it should all be back to the way it was before. Mask is getting fixed at the moment. And guys...
The only reason why I have a mask is not because I give a shit, just I don't want to lose my job. And there's certain people that know me in this particular community. And that's why. If not, I'll tell you exactly why I'm and I'll piss on every one of them. But everybody's got the risk and they have to assess it personally. Yeah. My dear friend here sacrificed his job for all you fellas. And no matter what anybody says about him, this man, the reason he's amazing is because he stood by his word and he lost his fucking job. And very few men can testify and do what he did. So hopefully I'll be out of jail very, very soon. I just want to tell you, every one of you that wrote to me and emailed me, especially Papa MGTOW, Korean MGTOW, and every one of you. I miss you, I love you, and make no mistake about it. Every day that I can broadcast and tell you my thoughts and share my views with you, I'm sad and upset. For me, the videos were therapy. For me, the videos were not only for you guys, for me too. And we helped each other. But at the same time, the work continues. I've said this many times before. That's why I've said many, many times before, please listen to Scott and support him. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have a voice, we all in this feminized and emasculated media, we feel lost and bewildered, and we all of us men think at one stage or another that you're alone. You are not alone. You are not mental. You are feminized by the media that want to disconnect you from your manhood and your masculinity. But the real truth is there are thousands and millions of men like you out there. And all of us suffer in silence. And this is why all these channels, whether it's Miggy or Sydney MGTOW, should continue. And I don't have to tell you what happened to so many of them that got banned because we tell the truth just the way it is. And this is what happens when you tell the truth. Google and YouTube totally cut us off.
Facebook, Instagram.
All of them are there to emasculate you. I want to tell you, my friends, we have to stand up for what is right. I'm not saying it's easy, but you have to stand up, and you are not alone. Because when you're there by yourself, you think you're crazy. You are not. There's thousands and thousands of men that have written to me, and Scott, and Miggy, MGTOW 101, and Angry MGTOW, and Third Thingy Monkey, etc., that share the same pain and agony. But at the same time, like I said many times on my channel, you have to stand up for you and do what you have to do as a man. Have a goal, have a purpose. I know I've repeated this theme many times before. The reason I'm repeating is because sometimes we need to hear it again. So hopefully I'll be out of YouTube jail very, very soon. And if I will, I can promise you there's great content coming. And I promise you, I will deliver and I'll put my heart and soul to give you the best of stand-up, man. But at the same time, you've got a growing star here. What Sydney MGTOW, a friend here, did in the last couple of months, very few people can replicate. He's come from nowhere to be where he is today, and he serves every one of you. And I know some of you look forward to listen to him because it's your daily dose of red pill. And all of us need it. I just said to Sydney MGTOW a couple of minutes ago that sometimes we get complacent and we drop the ball. It's easy because we get distracted. And this is why daily dose of red pill is so important. So hopefully I'll be out of red pill YouTube jail very soon. And if I will. I promise you I'll deliver, and I'll be back to serving every one of you, including myself. So with that, I'll let Scott continue, and he'll continue.
Got a little gem here for you guys, and I just want to say a quick shout out to Bullets and Irish, also Titanic Rising at Stand Up Men. I got here with me. Go check him out. Facebook.com//MGTOW Stand Up Men is his URL to go and check him out. So, guys, what we wanted to show you here is a book called "Ignore the Guy, Get the Guy." All right, ignore the guy, get the guy. And there's a lot of things in this book that form some of the concepts that Stand Up Men actually talks about in his ebook. Guys, if you haven't got the ebook yet, check out the link in the description. Check out the description. Tells you what his email address is. You can email him. It's $10 US for a copy, and it is a 100% money back guarantee if you don't like it. So there's no risk to you, but it's well worth your while. There are a lot of things in that tell you about female nature. It is actually a book on female nature and female psychology, particularly within the context of relationships and dynamics with men.
And just to finish, in this ebook that I work tirelessly for years, for those that want to date, we've got at the end of the ebook, we've got rules for men that want to date that are bulletproof. And as I said it, and people that bought my ebook, from Scott or myself, know exactly what I'm talking about. We never have got one refund back. You know why? Because we deliver gold. And if you can't afford $10, you shouldn't be on this channel, or you shouldn't be listening to my voice now. But if you are listening to me or Scott, you know that what we say is the truth. And I want to thank on this point every one of you that purchased the ebook via me personally or via Scott. And I know that you received top value. So any of you listening that haven't purchase the ebook Female Psychology and Behavior, do so. It will change your life, and I guarantee it 100%. The reason is because you'll spend a hell of a lot more money on things that you don't need, trying to impress a bitch that's going to get you nowhere. A lot of things we've taken from this book called Ignore the Guy, Get the Guy. If you don't want to buy my ebook, that's fine, but please purchase this. It'll show you precisely how women manipulate. It's a must buy. So Scott, please go ahead.
So a lot of the things that they talk about in this is basic. They say, we've got it's all about the art of no contact. It says it here, the art of no contact. And almost the entire book revolves around telling women how to not contact a guy after they've broken up, especially if they're the one that's been broken up with and they really want to get back with the guy, or they want to get at the guy. And this is what,
90 something pages.
No, it's 130 odd pages, roughly 105 pages of very interesting information. But there's one particular thing. It was on chapter 6, page 60. Hide your crazy. All right, I'm reading that. Hide your crazy. Now I want to read a little bit of this to you. It's just 2 pages, so bear with me, guys. It says, there are a few news headlines that have caught my attention over the years, but one that I'll never forget is of Lisa Nowak, the former NASA astronaut. Now, guys, I know that if any of you have dated, at some point you've come across some crazy that you don't know how to deal with, because there is no socially acceptable framework in which to retaliate against a woman, because it's seen as misogynistic, because it's seen as attacking a woman, it's seen as not being a man, you name it. You guys know how it goes. But this is how crazy women can be. This is some real shit right here. she won't. So this lady, Lisa Nowak, the former NASA astronaut, won't be remembered as a famous kick-ass female astronaut, but rather as the woman who drove over 900 miles. Now, for you guys in Australia, that's 1,500 kilometers, wearing an adult diaper so that she wouldn't have to stop for bathroom breaks en route to kidnap her ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend. What the hell? I wonder. Do you think she expected a reconciliation after that? If you are plotting revenge in any way, shape, or form, stop right now in your tracks. It's time to face the cold hard truth of reality, something which women don't often want to face when they've been broken up with. Forever does not really mean forever. Relationships start and end every day, and when one door closes, it's true that another opens. The only time you'll ever be satisfied and obtain closure with a breakup is when you're the one breaking up. Accept the fact unless a breakup ends on your terms, any breakup you experience in the future will end with pain and heartache. Because I mean, women know that they will get upset at the end of a relationship. It's just how they're wired. It's to do with estrogen, it's to do with biology and their predetermined neurology. Because you know there is a male and a female brain, no matter what the gender ideologues want to say. I've seen women as dignified as Grace Kelly lose their ever-loving minds when it comes to men. You know, the girl that won't let go or go away. I bet you have at least one girlfriend who mentally lost it after a breakup. Maybe you were that girl. We've all had our pathetic moments. And they are pathetic moments. I want to start with what lengths the most sensible women will go to after the initial stages of a breakup to gain attention. Right? Narcissism. I'm just putting two and two together here. If you catch yourself doing anything out of the ordinary, lean to family and friends and seek help during this time. You may have heard the old expression, idle hands are the devil's workshop. The same is true if you think this person published a book where the spelling and grammar wasn't even in check. It says, the same is true if think and obsess over Mr. X. Keep your mind and body busy to avoid allowing emotions to override your logic and do anything drastic. Think about the future. What do you think Mr. X will have to say about you while enjoying dinner with his friends or family? Will you be the crazy girl that wouldn't go away? Or will you be the one that he regrets losing? So let's look at some of the drastic measures women will take to get attention after a breakup. Make a promise to yourself that you won't be that girl. Now, there's a few things that I want to say about this. So one of the things I want to say is there's a bunch of stuff in this book that talk about how men love seeing women in pain after breakup. Men love seeing women cry. No, we don't like seeing women cry. We can't stand it when women cry. It kills us. It's the biggest headache we could ever have to deal with, and you guys know what I'm talking about. And look, that is going to happen from time to time. I also wanted to point out that with respect to what it actually just mentioned there about the crazy, that is not specific only to breakups in relationships. It also works if a woman gets fired by her employer. It also works if they don't get their way. If it's upsetting enough for them, they will go nuts. And this is why the whole Me Too movement has just gone absolutely batshit crazy, because quite simply, women cannot accept responsibility for their actions when the outcome of a situation negatively impacts them.
Exactly, and this is what I just spoke to Scott earlier, when Jack Nicholson said in a video years ago in a movie, he said, a lady said, how do you write women so well? How do you write women so well?
In fact, should we share it? Should we bring it up on YouTube?
Yeah, bring it up on YouTube. It was just done the other day. And he said, I took away accountability and responsibility, and I got a man. Women do not live in the real world. Here we go. They live in the fantasy land. Have a look. He brought up the video.
I'm going to share this with you guys. Here we go.
Is that the right video?
Godbotherer says, metal dude, I couldn't believe it. No matter how much I held my ex in my strong muscular arms, no matter how many times I would hold her and kiss her, she wanted to go with more money. What are you going to do? Hypergamy's a bitch.
There's nothing that you can do, my friend. Sometimes you have to let go.
Here we go. How do you write women so well? Turn the volume up here.
You have no idea what work means to me.
What does it mean to you?
When somebody out there knows what it's like to be in here.
Oh my God, this is like a nightmare.
Oh, come on, just a couple of questions. How hard is that? How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
Oh, look, she can't even believe.
And how true is that? How true is that? I take a man, I take away accountability and responsibility. That's why.
And reason.
And reason. And that's why, my dear friends, if you're not accountable and you're not responsible, you're becoming a manjana. And no woman is going to go with a manjana because she's going to fleece him. And when everything is gone, we all know what's going to happen. On the same note, I'd like to share with you something. When I was away, I was overseas a while back, and I was walking the streets of Japan. And something just hit me. And I'd like to share this with you, my dear friends, and with your consent, Scott.
Go for it. Go for it. Hang on. It needs to be, what is it? Enthusiastic affirmative consent, John.
No problem. Yes, exactly. My dear friends, what I'm about to tell you, you will never hear in the news. But what I'm about to tell you is the truth. You can look it up on my Facebook. Remember last time you were on the floor and broke? Who lent you money? Who? A man. Remember last time you had nowhere to sleep? Who gave you a couch? Who? A man. Remember last time you needed help moving place? Who helped you move? Who? A man. Remember last time you needed to fix your car or need to borrow a car or fix anything at home? Who helped you? Who? A man. So next time you think you can rely on a woman, thinking again. And those that laugh now will cry later. Mark my words. It may take some time, but it will happen sooner than you think. This is the best friend you will ever have, because I tell the real truth, not the lies of mainstream media. Your great, great friend. Stand up, man. Scott.
True that. And
Now we're going to bring up something very, very funny. And Scott's going to talk about this female oil company. What was it?
guys, I'm gonna let the article do the talking for you. Miami bridge engineered by feminists collapses and kills 6. Bridges collapsing and killing people is a small price to pay for feminism and diversity. What would we do as a country if we did not have feminist engineers? Yesterday, a pedestrian... Guys, I can't even deal with this right now.
Read it. It's hilarious. Read it.
I just need to clarify. This is not even a vehicle bridge. This isn't a bridge that for a 6-lane highway where you've got trucks and heavy vehicles driving over. This is a pedestrian footbridge where people walk over it, right? And they can't even get that right. Can you imagine leaving them in charge of building a 6-lane freeway bridge? Oh, come on. Here we go. Yesterday, a pedestrian bridge in Miami collapsed, killing at least 6 people. It turns out that Manila Construction Management, or MCM, the construction firm that built the bridge, used a group of feminist engineers to oversee the project. I mean, I'm going to guess that they were gender studies graduates with a major in engineering. Here we go. Let's see the moment. Let's have a look at this.
Must see.
Police in Miami say that at least 6 people are dead after that pedestrian bridge collapsed at Florida International University. The search and rescue operation is now a recovery effort. CNN's Rosa Flores is live at the scene with all of the breaking details. What's the latest there, Rosa?
Allison, good morning. The painstaking task at the sound.
By the way, look at the frustration and angst in her face at having to report that the people behind this failure of a bridge were female engineers.
hour is the removal of 950 tons of concrete, all while removing bodies and preserving evidence. Now, the cruel irony here is that this bridge was built, it was designed for the safety of FIU students.
It was super loud. It sounded like the world was ending.
Shocking new video obtained by the Miami Herald captures the sudden collapse of a new pedestrian bridge at Florida International University in Miami.
My friend's sister called me. Her brother, my childhood friend, he was crossing as the bridge was coming down, and it hit him.
Do you know how he's doing, or?
I don't know. He was rushed to the hospital. I don't know. I'm just so worried.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio tweeting that cables that suspend the bridge had loosened and were being tightened when the structure gave way.
Multiple workers were on top of the bridge, and we have a report that several people injured at this time.
Authorities announcing that the frantic effort to rescue people trapped in the rubble is now a recovery operation.
The cars were completely crushed under. You could see some of the front car and just a lot of debris everywhere.
Emergency crews working desperately into the night to recover victims trapped in 8 flattened vehicles, digging through debris, using search and rescue dogs to look for signs of life.
We're going to all want to do our best to try to find out exactly what happened here. And if anybody's done anything wrong, we'll hold them accountable.
The 950-ton bridge was designed to give students a safe way to...
If anybody's done anything wrong, we'll hold them accountable.
The 950-ton bridge was designed to give students a safe way to cross the busy highway below after the death of a student last year.
Being under that bridge, we were like, oh my God, this is so scary because it weighs so much, but we had trust that the people who had built it, like there was no fault or anything.
The structure was just installed last Saturday when University President Mark Rosenberg touted the project.
This new bridge is critical for student safety. We're thrilled that they can now have a much safer passage.
The bridge was designed to withstand a Category 5 hurricane and was slated to open next year.
What a joke.
Now, this investigation, of course, continues, and rest assured, it will be well investigated, both by local, state, and federal agencies. Homicide detectives already on scene, as are FBI, NTSB, and OSHA investigators as well. Chris.
And it's a little bit different than the typical investigations about, how long, had it been properly maintained, the considerations we have with a lot of infrastructure in the country. This had just been put up. Rosa, thank you very much. Let us know what develops.
Okay, so guys, firstly, I wanted to say that, look, I've just seen this, but it's very, very sad and very tragic what happened to the innocent victims of this bridge collapsing. And I think Metal Dude is right in saying that the feminists that made it won't be held to account. And it is...
Because they've got a pass.
Good to see you, Godbotherer. Go to bed, man. Rest up. I'll talk to you soon. And St. Swithin says, I wonder how many failed exam results were ignored to get them to graduation.
Exactly.
Can't fail the women's. And yeah, well, Titanic Rising says, I wonder how many feminists were there to clean up the mess. 0. Exactly.
Well said. Exactly.
Well said, Titanic. And this is the thing, right? Feminism has got all of these beautiful utopian ideas about, this will be wonderful, of a country run by women will be fucking daisies and roses and everything will be perfect.
We've seen what's happening in Sweden now.
Yep, exactly. Country run by feminists, rape capital of the world. Again, that blew up in their faces, didn't it?
There was one German feminist I was seeing the other day that she's leaving Germany after she's one of the ones that advocated all the feminism 20 years ago. Even she admitted she was wrong. And guess what? She admitted she's wrong and she's leaving Germany herself after she's seeing what happened. And they're the ones who advocated all this 20 years ago. So there you go. And then who has to clean up all the shit? Again, us men. My dear friends, I'd like to share with you a few little things for men. 5 golden rules. Do you have your consent?
You have my enthusiastic affirmative consent. Stand up, man.
Here's 5 rules that you will never hear in mainstream media. And for those that haven't heard it, you want to hear it. And there's those that laugh now will cry later. And here it is. We are not here advocating violence in anybody, shape or form, no matter who they are. But here's 5 rules that you will never hear on mainstream media. Number 1, I don't care if the woman is tall, small, ugly, fat. If you don't know how to say no, the woman's going to walk all over you. Number 2, you are guilty by association. If you tell your woman that your friend saw prostitutes in 1922, every time you're going with him, you must be seeing prostitutes. If you tell her that your friend did fraud in 1971 and now it's 2020, every time you're going with him, you must be doing fraud. Guilty by association. Number 3, women never forget because they never forgive because they never forget. If you and I are friends and we live neighbor to neighbor and we go to school together, work together, go overseas together, and one day we have a fight, we fight, people separate, we don't talk for years, and one day I see you down the street and I apologize to you, 99% of men will say move on, forget about it. In order to forgive, you have to forget. Women never forget, therefore they don't forgive. Number 4, women are not your enemy. Your big fucking bazooka and mouthpiece. Keep your mouth shut. Women love talking about themselves. Talk about them. Keep your mouth shut. Think about how many times you've said something to a woman you're with and she was brought up against you. That's number 4. And number 5, any man, this is any man, that lives in the West with a woman and doesn't hide money, your day of reckoning is coming. And you can laugh now, but you will pay later. Because a woman will call the cops on you and they will freeze your accounts within 72 hours later. And those that laugh at me now will cry later. And those that listen to me today will know what I say is the truth. And those that have experienced this know that I speak the truth. I, stand up man, love every one of you. I miss you. And I want you to succeed. Don't make the woman your purpose. Excel. Save money. I just went on a month and a half holiday all over Asia and had an amazing time. That's what happens when you live on purpose. And if you don't live on purpose, you make the woman the purpose. And once you swindle all the money out of you, she's gone. Monkey branch. Now, I'm not saying to you, if you're with a woman, you should mistreat her. I never said that. All I'm saying is stick by the 5 rules I just gave to you, free of charge. And I promise you, you'll see progress. And I promise you, things will get better. I never said they'll be perfect, but they'll be better than 90% of manginas out there.
Yep.
And Mr. Scott here, he says yes because he knows that everything I said, and we've had many discussions on his divorce at the time and mine, and as you all know, we're all recovering manginas. It's sad to say, but in order to fix yourself, in order to overcome your issues, we first have admit that we made mistakes. It's the hardest thing for a man is to look in the friggin' mirror and say, I am fucking wrong. And there is no shortcuts. You sometimes have to fucking hit rock bottom.
Absolutely.
And only when you hit rock bottom, then you realize that you have to take a different way. I'm giving you the rope, my friends. I'm giving you the hand. But please, I reach down into the abyss. Give me your hand and I'll lift you up and Scott will lift you up. We tell you the truth, my dear friends. It may be not easy to listen to sometimes. It may not be easy to listen to like music and all the indoctrination, but we tell you the truth. We give you the best knowledge. We're not saying it's perfect, but I promise you, those guys that have been through difficulties know that we speak the truth. I'm not in competition with Scott. As you are aware, I'm banned. But believe me, many times I've seen his videos when I was away, and it's like I was speaking to you guys. So please listen to him. Subscribe. You may know most of the stuff Scott and I have said, but there'll be one gem there who will go, wow. And for that, we're talking to you. And for that, we want to wake you up and spark that light off the red pill.
Exactly.
I want to thank every one of you, again, for writing to me. Sometimes I've had tears because I miss talking to you. And believe me, I'm saying this with all my heart. But what can you do? Nothing. But believe you me, mate, I do everything I can to support Scott and other channels. I've got my own life issues as all of us and all of you have. But that's life. But we have to continue. I want you to wake you up. And like I said on my channel, like Scott said in different ways, if we wake up one of you, and shake you up and wake you up that want to be saved, we've done a duty. I've now repeated myself on my channel and this many times before. But sometimes people haven't woken up for the first time. We make them wake them up the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time. And if we did that, I know that some of you have listened to my words, or Scott words, or anybody else for that matter, and one word just made everything click. It's not an easy process. For me, it took years. But believe me, if somebody gives you a hand, you have to take the hand and help. And change is not easy. But at the same time, if you don't change now, when?
Yeah, exactly. Also, guys, I wanted to share a little bit. I've just been doing a bit more reading on that bridge to switch back to that topic. I'm not going to drag it on, but it says Florida's been having its bad stroke of luck as of late. First, the horrible tragedy in Parkland, and now this. Florida International University's instant bridge spontaneously collapsing earlier on Thursday. The two companies responsible for the poorly constructed bridge were MCM, which is the one we were talking about before, that had the footbridge over the highway that collapsed, that I showed you the video before, and FIG. Both have a sketchy history when it comes to construction, but for today's purposes, we're going to focus on MCM because there's a valuable lesson that can be learned here. Now, though MCM is owned by 5 brothers, a lot of people one rung down the ladder from them are women. Some of the construction workers are also women. How ironic is it then that earlier this month MCM was slapped with a lawsuit for hiring, and I quote, incompetent, inexperienced, unskilled or careless employees.
What a joke, man. It's not even funny, man.
And the FIU alumna and MCM's project executive, Leonor Flores, says it's very important for me as a woman and as an engineer to be able to promote that to my daughter because I think women have a very different perspective. We're able to put in an artistic touch and we're able to build too.
Yeah. We've already seen this artistic way, didn't we?
Yeah. And look, the bridge collapsed for no other reason other than terrible structure. Death toll is currently at 6. Police say the number's likely to rise. But no, let's talk about how strong and powerful these women are. The company prides itself on how many women they hire, saying that it's a big step towards gender equality. That's not working out so far, is it? There's a reason you don't hear about women in construction, because more often than not, they're not very good at it, and quite frankly, they don't want to be. Women and I'm just reading this from the article, guys. Women in MCM promote feminism when it's convenient, when everybody's looking tough and ready to conquer the world in their construction hat. But when their projects fail and lives are lost, everyone wants to focus on all the men in the company. Nobody, not them or the mainstream media, is talking about all these women and how they dropped the ball. None of them want to take responsibility, and that makes both the media and these women spineless cowards. And the media is also reprehensible in not holding them accountable. Now, I would also like to add a little addendum here. There is actually someone that I know very close to me who is a design manager for a construction company, and she is a woman, and she is fucking amazing at her job, right? But sadly, at the moment, this is few and far between, and it's few and far between because to get good engineers, to get good construction specialists, it's a numbers game. You can't expect every single person that graduates from university, even in STEM, even in engineering, to be good at what they do. So, you know, like you've heard of the sales funnel, right? You pour lots in and you get a little bit out. You get the quality, pour everything in and you get the quality out the bottom, right? And it's just a little bit, right? But they're the gems. That's the gold right there. And right now there is nowhere near enough women going into engineering fields to be able to have a huge amount of quality women coming out of these degrees with engineering skills. And then when you're hiring, trying to do 50-50 type of representation in fields where most of the candidates for one side, you know, you've got all these male candidates and they funnel down to a little bit. Then you've got all these female candidates and they funnel down to a little bit. It's like you're actually watering down the quality.
100%.
Right? And I'm not saying, right, that women can't be good at engineering. I'm not saying that they can't understand structure and how things need to go together. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that affirmative action for the sake of a 50-50 number and diversity is complete bullshit, and it does not help anybody.
And it endangers people's lives.
And it kills people, as we've seen. because that's why this happened. Because people were just picked because they have a vagina and not because they have the correct skills in construction, not because they have engineering prowess. They were picked because they have a vagina and because they have long hair.
100%.
It's as simple as that. And that is not the way to progress society. You got all these people saying, "Oh, you know, this is progress." No, it's not progress. You're killing people.
100%.
Fuck you, feminism. And I'm pretty sure that the families of those 6 people that died and the number climbing will say exactly the same thing.
100%, man. 100%. Sadly, we share our pain with all the deceased, and this is not a laughing matter. But the reason we bring up this topic to you here is to show you how incompetent and idiotic this gender equal episode has come so far, and how at the end of the day we're all gonna suffer collectively because of that bullshit. Would you like to say end our show today, my dear friend?
I will, but look, I just wanted to thank all you guys. Riff, Jorge, Aussie Manly Man, Dave, Metal Dude, Taz. Appreciate you, Taz. It's good to see you again. Jason Spirados, Elvin Girl, Bullets, my man. Thank you so much, Bullets. I appreciate you and all the good work you do. Exceptions to the rule don't count, Sydney. Timothy Manska. We got Buttman21, my man. And if I miss anyone else, I do apologize. But and Brizzy Boy, I just wanted to say I appreciate you. I know Brizzy Boy bought one of my MGTOW mugs from MGTOWmerch.com. If you guys want to check out some MGTOW merchandise, go check it out. I'm about to expand that range, and I have the link in the description below. Brizzy Boy, I took my MGTOW mug to work today, so let's see how long it takes until people start asking me questions about it. But you know, I just need to speak my truth and be honest, and tell people what it is all about. And what MGTOW is, it's not about hating women at all. It's not about hating women. Some people that are MGTOW can hate women.
No,
sure.
Hating is not a constructive way, man. Hating is never constructive, because when you hate other people, you're actually hurting yourself. Just let them be. Just ignore. Just move on. It's like a homeless person screams at you. Just move on. You don't even pay attention. Don't hate anybody. Hate is a very, very damaging thing. Dear friends, I'm going to finish here, and Scott's going to finish after me. I just want to say one phrase that I've said many, many times throughout my videos, and I miss saying it. It's better to go your own way, or one day all you'll do is pay. Signing off, stand up, man. I'll let Scott finish.
Thanks, brother. So, you know, I guess what I wanted to finish with was that, oh man, yeah. So look, going your own way is not about hating women. There will be some men who are going their own way that do hate women. They will hate women because of the constant negative experiences they've had with them. But MGTOW is not a philosophy about hating women. It is a philosophy, and it is a lifestyle, and it is a life choice about going your own way, about doing what it is that makes you happy, about staying true to thine own self, about making sure that you carve your own path from now until the day you lay 6 foot underground. Because that is all we have in this life. We have this. So maybe not all you guys have got something as handsome as this, but you know, at the end of the day, all we got is this. And Bullets, it's a very good point, my brother. I said hate is just a symptom of red pill rage. You don't really go MGTOW until you get over it. And that is, in many ways, it really resonates for me, because I've been through the rage. And if you guys haven't checked out before, go and do a search for Red Pill Isolation by Paul Elam. E-L-A-M is his surname. Some of you love him, some of you hate him, some of you don't know who he is. But that Red Pill Isolation video really resonated with me. And it was part of my process of letting go of the frustration that I felt after I took the red pill. And I know some of you guys are still going through that. I just want to say thank you so much, Brizzy Boy. I'm glad that I've been able to help you, brother. And you know, my offer is always open. I'm happy to speak to you on the phone or by email. If you need anything from me at all, you're a good guy, and I appreciate you. And yeah, guys, look, that's all from me. One thing I didn't mention, right, and I'm gonna flick. Sorry, I do apologize. I should have actually shown you this. Oh, what a great guy. Look at stand-up man just brought in. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what brothers do for each other. But this is some plastic surgery fails. And one thing that's been added to Stand-Up Man's book recently
yes.
is, and this was actually something that I came up with.
You come up with it.
I came up with this. And I believe it goes a little something like this. Cosmetic surgery is the catalyst for the next monkey branch. Right? Because when women feel insecure about an element of themselves and they go and get cosmetic surgery, what then happens is that they get the cosmetic surgery. They might look a little bit better for now, but if they go too far, then this happens, right? They end up looking way worse in the long run. Even looking at a few more of these. Now, oh, Jesus, what the hell happened there? There we go, there's another one. Wall smashed big time.
Scary.
But really, I mean, the core concept behind what I'm saying here is women will get plastic surgery, whether it's just collagen in the lips, whether it's, to take out the wrinkles of the forehead, to get boob enhancements, to get butt enhancements, whatever it is to try and make themselves look better in that moment, to try and quell some of their insecurities. The problem after that is that they then have a higher perceived sexual market value in the eyes of other men.
Yeah.
And when, sorry, Brizzy boy. And then when a woman has a higher sexual market value in the eyes of other men, then you will see more simps coming after them, right? And some of them are actually, pretty good looking simps with lots of money. And if they are dating you, there's going to be a temptation for them to monkey branch up to the next best thing. So if there's a simp comes along that's got more money and better looking than you and has a higher status job than you, right? And then they get plastic surgery and then they appeal to that person that they previously didn't appeal to, then it's monkey branch from one to the next to the next. So guys, for those of you who do date, if you ever see someone, right, and whether you're dating a girl or whether you know a guy that's dating a girl, and that girl says she wants plastic surgery or she wants cosmetic enhancements, you better get ready for the monkey branch, because it's gonna happen sooner or later. I'm not messing around. I'm not playing here. This is some real shit. All right. Anyway, guys. That is one of the gems of wisdom from Stand Up Man's book. His email's in the description below. Email him if you want a copy of the book. It's a fucking fantastic book. Highly recommend it.
Thank you very much for everything.
Anytime, brother. And I wanna finish this video on these ones. Oh, damn! Holy shit!
This is scary shit.
And we got another one. And we got another one.
Unbelievable.
And we got another one. Brothers, thank you so much for tuning in with me. I know it's getting a bit late. It's 9 p.m. Sydney time. I appreciate you all. Bullets, good to see you again. And flick me a private message, man. I want to chat with you. And we will talk very, very soon. But until tomorrow, man, I love you all. I appreciate you. So does Stand Up Man. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Check out his book and his program, How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You.
In conjunction with my uncle, How to Be a Man, What Your Father Never Taught You.
Yeah, collection of information from over 12 years. It's a lifetime of knowledge. And he's been through the divorce. So have I. Anyway, for now, I'm going to sign out. Peace, my brothers.
Thank you very much.